Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith in the Black channel here at Ticker Talker, and if it's Tuesday, it's the Strat Attack Show. So, you know what we do? We get into the urban assault vehicle and see what's going on here. So, some cross currents going on here to start the week because we are, what we have going on here is exhaustion week. You're coming into the end of the month, the end of the quarter. We also got some divergences in some of these sectors. So, the question is, can the big boys do the heavy lifting again, and the Qs and all them kind of stuff? Because so SPY does this, right? Gaps down on Monday, and then goes 2-2 reversal back up. That's good, except that there's a lot of inside days left over, and there's a lot of things going down, like financials getting crushed. So the question is, can we keep doing that for the week? We're going to be strong enough to come all the way back through here is what we want to see, right? Because if you go to the NASDAQ, QQQ, much stronger here, and I'm going to go through a bunch of those names again. But once again, the 2 down, the 2 reversal, and that's why I talked about the Strat Time report. We had reversals, right? And then we had inside bars, inside 60s and SPY. And I said either side of that stuff's going to get my attention because that's going to reconfirm those 2-2s back to the upside, right? So, like I said, it's a lot of the NASDAQ big boys, again, trying to do all the heavy lifting. And if we take a look, so who got left out today? And transports, inside day, small cappers, inside day, gold, inside day. And so the importance of an inside day on a Tuesday is that we haven't really established any continuity. And so what I mean by that is you might have a little bit here, right? You might be a little red on the week, and you are down. You're 2 down here in the gold. But because it's an inside day, until we can get outside of this mother bar, that's going to change everything. So if this goes back through here to the upside, that's going to change that back green, or it's going to reconfirm it down. But you're not going to have that much continuity when you have inside days on Tuesday. So you have the transports, you got OIH. I know it's garbage, and that's going to give you stuff like slob and all that kind of stuff. But that's important to understand. Inside days on a Tuesday, you still got to get out of that Monday's mother bar to establish anything. So that's why we have some things stalling out like we are. We also have XLV. I'll get to that in a second. XLV inside, and that could be a little bit more key, but we'll see. What we did have today is Lulu is back. And so if we look to Lulu, it's one of those names that's high flyers that got pounded and got the outside month. Right? That took care of business, did that. But then you come into a new week. All right? Gap down on a Monday, but it was green. So the continuity was up. So you already had that going back up. So here was your 2-2 reversal coming back through the previous range. And we know Lulu has been a lot higher, right? And so Lulu is certainly one to keep an eye on here to potentially go outside weak here. And that would be taken out 319, which it did after hours. So we'll see if it can continue that because you still have all this fun stuff here to go after. All these guys. Right? Anybody short on against these pivots, you got all them guys to go after. So keep an eye on Lulu. You got Dollar Tree, also in the retail. And Dollar Tree's an inside day, right? And so we want to see, because this is going to reconfirm or negate what we know about this monthly. Here, the RevStrat month. Now, it did take care of business, right? It's important to understand magnitude, how far something's going to go, right? And so we want to take out all the pivots, right? So here, shooter, back into the inside month. Guess where the stops go? Boom, boom, boom. And you take out everybody in one shot. The question is going to be weak enough to take this out, right? So it's already done that. So this inside day could go either way. That might have been the exhaustion. They finally took them all out. Maybe it comes back up for a reversal because that would, at that point, once it takes this and goes back through here, then you would turn that weekly back green, right? So it's kind of an either way on the Dollar Tree. Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza. Here's one that on the monthly poked down but came right back up, right? And that gave you this. Here's your reversal. The down, the inside, and back up. For Domino's Pizza, that's still good for the rest of the week. Tesla! We got battery day. Battery day! So Tesla still handling inside week, but what it does do is here. The outside-inside day. And so that can be a good thing because it means they're willing to pay up and sell down. So now we'll see how they act on this baby here, and that could be interesting. Because if it starts going down, because Monday's here, weekly here, since it opened up there, you would have full time frame continuity to the downside if it starts taking it down. And so that's always something that you want to keep in mind. All right, the heavy lifting. Let's go Pandemia. ZM still going after this inside week. All right, took it out, still going. So it's got the exhaustion risk. It's just, some of these freight trains, they just keep going, right? And so you play them until they don't. But it does have exhaustion risk going into the highs. Peloton. Peloton's an inside day. And so the good thing is it's closer to taking out the highs, right? And then forming the broadening formation by taking out this. What I mean by that is here, the 2 up, the 2 down, and then boom, the 222 continuation right here over 90.01, and then this should take this out and become an outside bar above 98.61, but we got an inside day to deal with. We'll see how that goes. Go to Shop. And Shop, just trying to come back through previous range. It's inside 896.48. And yes, so this would be Rev Strat here. And you got an old outside bar in here, so we can triangle it out. So if we can shop, you can get through this 953, which it did. We'll see if we can take some more of this stuff out, if these guys are going to be able to do the heavy lifting. If you go to the day, you're going to see this. So try the out, and then come back through previous range. That's where you're right. We'll see if Shopee can get going. You got Docu and Docu weekly. Here, the 2 down, the 2 up, right here. Over 207, now 212, not bad. We'll see if that can continue once again through here. Get some of these guys, like so. You've got, and one of the reasons we want to look for not only just the 2-2 reversals on the weekly is when you look at something like SPY here on the week, took down the lows and is coming back through. So anybody who was short all these kind of things, they're going to be short against something, right? And they got what they wanted. They got the market to open lower on a Monday, but their stock started to go up. And now when the market recovers, that's how we stick it to them and get screwed, right? Okay, so if we go to Okta. Okay, and here you're going to go inside, and here's the outside, inside, and then hammer counter shooter Rev Strat on Okta here above 199.97, right? And the nice thing about that is here, it didn't gap. Right, 199, it traveled right through it. We prefer that to trigger the stops off because guys are going to be stopped against the highs of last week. You know that, right? So we'll see. We take out these guys, and the question is going to be strong enough to take that out. If we go to Coop weekly, there's your 2-2 reversal. Just poke down a little bit, and boom, right as soon as it came through here, above 254.95. Now trading 268. The good thing about that, didn't gap either. Right, that's gettable, right? Especially from the weekend vid when you watch that and you have that alert ready to go. You're in. Overstocks. Overstock here, starting to poke up a little bit. You got this. You took out the inside weak to the upside. That's good. You just got this huge mother bar to get out of. So just want to see for signals above 78.40 for the rest of the week to see if that's going to come back and stay up there. If we go to TTD. And TTD, last week went 2 up, but just didn't get the oomph, right? Now it gets a little bit more oomph, and you're back into this outside bar, right? That's your broadening formation, right? So that's a good thing. If you go here, daily, you'll see the slight higher high and the lower lows coming in something like this. So trying to get back through here, see what this baby does tomorrow. You can see we can take a bunch of this range out now. It's got to keep going though, so we'll see. If we go to Roku, and Roku, exhaustion risk going into the highs, and it did what it's supposed to do. So it could have rev stratted down here, but that's not what happened. And so when you have 2 inside bars that are inside of this, once you don't get out of the mother bar, it becomes a compound 1. So either that or that is what we were looking at to start off this week over 174.19. Boom, 193. So that was good too. It also didn't gap. It opened and ran. That's what we prefer, right? Just come through all that stuff. Trigger those stops because when you gap, that might be it. I mean, you might just stop everybody out and get it and be done and stall out. So we prefer to become traveling back through. W. And W had a little rough morning, but came back in here, the inside week. So it took these both out. So we want to stay above here, compound 296.86. Trading 304 right now, so we'll see. A lot of these things looking a little similar. But as you'll see, there's some bad breath in here in this market, so we'll see if these guys can really hold everybody up or not. SQ. And SQ is doing similar to the Roku, it just isn't taking this out yet. Right? So we want to see if we can do that, and that would be above 159, because once again, you're dealing with all these outside weeks. That's good, right? Those are triangles. That's good if we can do that. If you go to Splunk, I believe, pokes down a little bit. Potential outside weaker and trying to get back up into this thing. And you can see this. What is this pattern? Boom, 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 boom. And then up in here doing it again. Boom, boom, boom. You go to your daily, going to look like that. Now, you've triangled all this out. Now is it coming back through? That's what you want to know. Here, so far so good. So we'll see. FSLY. FSLY. Inside weak to the upside. All right, so let's see if we can take more of this stuff out up into there. If we go to the team. And the team, 2 down, 2 up reversal right here. Once again, didn't gap. All right, so you grab that over 173.57. That's trading 180. There's no $7. Not bad. Here's the problem: financials. This is bad. And then so FAS, and I know it's not doing too much, but you can see in the month, staying near the lows of the month, and on the weekly, starting off the week XLF here, and KRE to a greater extent here, and you see these regional banks just getting pounded like HBAN, KeyCorp probably, Zion Bancorp, right? PNC, all these guys. And if you just go through a bunch of that, you're going to see like DFS here, and a little tighter of a range. Maybe not the end of the world, but see this. Inside bar, the 122 Rev Strat and DFS, Capital One. Capital One doing that as well. American Express here, Rev Strat. It's not getting totally killed, but you can see like the things like Citicorp still just sitting near the lows, not doing too much this week. Goldman Sachs, it's just sitting there on the day, and you can see that just kind of sitting there doing nothing. But it does take out the inside month very slightly, and we'll see if anything more comes of all those guys. MetLife, Peru, all having a rough start to the week, so that's going on. Also, we've got, like I said, XLV goes inside day, and right now, if you look at ANTM here, goes out on the lows of the day, and that's reconfirming this on the month. Inside bar, the poke up, the Rev Strat down. Now, it did take care of all this. The question is, it going to stay weak? And so we can watch that XLV inside day. And you got Johnny John here, also outside month, inside day. Here, Cigna. Cigna, you can see the potential 2, boom, continuation down here. And that's having problems on here, the monthly. Inside month to the downside. But it took its magnitude. Let me get a little bit more here for this. 159.39. We'll see if we can take that out. But the good thing is you can watch them all together because they trade very similar. Centene here having some issues. And here, boy, they got them good in here. They got them good in here. Look at this weekly. The 220, it's going to go back up. Is it? And then Monday you come in and you get this. Ow! Machine gun pivot right back through these guys. So they got them pretty good in here. So just into recent lows. We'll see if that keeps going. If we go to BDX. Back to Dickinson. Ugh, going out here towards the lows, and that is just continuing this outside month expansion. 3-2 down. You've taken these guys out. You can see if we can go down and take this out. This here going to be about 220. So we got about $3-4 on that to see if we can take that out. A little bit of weakness in Uber. Start off the week. Here you go. It's a 2-2 reversal, and of course that's going to help you watch Lyft. Like so, and let's see, this ranges has been pretty tight, so we'll see what comes of that. But like I said, we got a lot of cross currents going on here, and it's going to be a matter of whether some of these guys can turn around, like these inside days in the trannies. Got all the airlines are inside. Pandemics today are like Marriott's and CCL. What do? Do they sell off? Do they help rally back? So there's a lot of cross currents. Once it's coming down to, are these guys going to turn around, or are the big boys strong enough to pull them out of the water, or are they going to get sucked down with all the poo-poo? All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Black Channel here, Ticker Talker with the Strat Attack.